Tell me what the community was like 5 years ago.
Oh, well, we were a pristine little community.
Talk a little bit louder because we've got a machine running next to us.
We were a very lovely little community of local citizens.
And, you know, you just breathe this stuff in and you know that it's not good for you.
But it keeps me awake a lot because I hear everything.
But we have a business sitting down here on the road right across the highway from them that we're having to move out because of Frac Sand.
Tell me about the business.
It's the ice machine, the self-service ice machine. The sand has literally ate up the mechanism and gearboxes in it. You can pull the front cover off of a sealed ice machine and find sand inside the water trays.
But that has changed dramatically. A lot of the old timers sold out and left due to the increase in traffic, and a lot of them sold out and left from the frac sand stuff. They are having breathing difficulties.
I just think it was a bad place to put it in the first place.
It's just a totally different community now than it was when we came.
I would imagine at that time there was about 110, 115 people.
Bet you knew every one of them.
Yes, grew up with them.
How many locals, as you refer, are here now?
I wish I knew. There's probably less than 50.
Because the doctors told me 2 years ago to get out of it, out of the sand, because of my lungs and my heart condition.
We liked our little town the way it was. And of course it's gone forever now. And golly, it's just awful.
Well, if you like to clean house every day, you definitely want to vote for it if that's your favorite thing to do, because every day you can write your name on all your furniture. And it's just, it's impossible to keep it out.
But we have to leave because of the sand and causing me lung problems and everything else. And it's just come to the point we have to move now.
Man, probably over 1,000.
Over 1,000 trucks
Well, one
a day.
day down here on County Road 131, we clocked them at over 150 per hour.
And it's just hard to keep clean.
It just turned awful, and well, greed reared its ugly head, let's say. It turned neighbor against neighbor.
I have seen a lot of sand that has collected around the community building from, where the grass is. The mowing is just really hard to do.
This particular doctor also works over in Brady, and he said since he's been going over there taking care of patients, he has seen a sharp increase in lung problems because of the sand over in Brady.
Everybody was happy.
The train, and so it's going to wake you up if you. And I wear earplugs sometimes, even just to. But I lie awake at night and count trucks on the highway here, and there's lots of trucks going and coming out of the sand plant.
Instead of counting sheep, you count trucks.
Yes, ma'am.
Hauling it out of here. The train, they put what, 6 or 8 more spurs in here
Yeah, 6, I think,
for
for train.
for the trains to unload, and now they're going in the Lord's that, I understand.
We've all developed a little cough, or it's hard to breathe sometimes.
I would tell them fight it tooth and toenail, because it's not good. There's times I stop here at this intersection and it takes 45 minutes or more to cross the railroad track.
I would say don't let them in. Now, at my house, across the street, we've got my flower beds and trees around there. They're just, you know, sand. Nothing but sand. And I've noticed that our trees and our flowers and our gardens this year, this summer seems like they haven't, you know, really perked up and thrive like they usually do.
Well, for one thing, like I said, you just can't go outside just anytime you want. You have to make sure the wind's not blowing the wrong way and the dirt's not in the air, and you just clean more.
Now, the traffic is horrible. We have had trucks stop, pull up in front of the fire station, and we've got signs on the doors not to block the access.
Oh.
And they, you know, we have to go out there and tell them to move. There is trucks just going up and down, or just trying to park everywhere. And on 67, in the mornings or afternoons or whenever you come through, there's always trucks lined up along the highway, just parked, and they're sand trucks.
Well, if you can get sand in an ice machine that's sealed, with sealed doors on it, screwed down, it's going anywhere it wants. I don't know how it gets in there, but it...
And then you open the inside. And you can see this is the ice container here. And it gets in here. It's all in there. And up in there is the ice maker is actually up in that sealed unit. And that's all sealed, and when we take that cover off, we found sand inside the ice maker in there. And you can see, look at that. That's why we're moving it. And this is all a computer in there, and I can open this. I don't have my screwdriver.
That's okay.
Inside that computer, there's sand.
Wow.
And this is, as you can see, is a sealed.
And you cleaned all of this morning, so...
I blew all this off this morning, and it's right back.
So it's about 6 hours later?
About 6 hours.
Wow.
And I don't know how all this sand processing started, or who gave them the land to put this on, but they did not think it out. It's a horrible traffic intersection. It's a horrible wreck just waiting to happen.
Whichever.
And what scares me is there's two crossings of the railroad in Barnhart from the south, and in most instances both of them will be blocked by train. And it's frightening to know that Crockett County ambulances need to come through here to access San Angelo,
Yes.
and they have no recourse. They can't turn around and go back.
That's what we feel like. We feel like we're overrun with trucks and traffic and people who don't care and how they treat our community.
Wow.
Even those of us that are healthy or consider ourselves healthy, I have a lot of sinus issues, and it really irritates that. I mean, you talk to anyone here, and, you know, daily we're constantly having sinus problems around here.
If they have any kind of oxygen or breathing problems, it's going to be horrible.
I mean, this is ridiculous to put it in a downtown area. Not only the sand, but the truck traffic. We have it here in our little section, and there's going to be, I mean, it's going to be terrible off that Bryant Freeway and off through that residential. Those trucks will be driving up and down residential streets. They can sit there all day long in city council and say, oh, we're not going to let them drive. They're not going to put a patrolman on every corner and stop them.
Oh man, used to we'd be able to let the kids play in these highways, and now they're afraid to even get outside in their front yards.
Because
Of
of?
traffic. I mean, like this morning right here by the community center, I nearly got ran over because frac sand trucks are lining both sides of the highway, and you have to pull out to the yellow stripe in order to see if anyone's coming. Well, there was one.
But not in the middle of San Angelo.
We liked our little town the way it was. And of course it's gone forever now.